So I'm over here at Rusty's. We're old gearheads, and we give each other bad advice on how to build our cars. So checking out his new project. Hey Rusty, you here? Whoa, open says me. That's pretty cool. You just get that done?
Yeah. Another distraction from working on the car.
Wow. Yeah, sorry I'm late. I'm on the retired schedule.
Yeah, well, me too.
So what do we got going here?
Well, we rolled the car out of the. I rolled the car out of the garage for the first time in a year. It went in as a complete unibody car and came out as this. So take a look at it. It's obviously not done, but it is what it is. You know, it's another one of my projects.
What exactly is it? What is it for?
The goal, the bucket list goal, is to run Drag Week or Rocky Mountain Race Week. So it is going to be street legal. It has a trailer hitch. It's a 25-2 certified chassis. I've had NHRA inspector already look at it. He says it's on the right path. I got to finish up things, but yeah, it's
that's pretty cool. Well, let me ask you: do you think the roll cage is going to hold up, or?
I don't know.
I mean, it looks pretty stout to me.
It's only certified to go 6 flat, so.
Yeah. No, it's
lucky
it's
to do
pretty.
That in the 8th mile.
I wouldn't call it exactly aero, but it should do the job.
Yeah. Well, the exo cage protects the body. You know, it's a 4x thing.
It's an ugly contraption to protect the car.
Yeah. Well, it's an ugly contraption to lift the body off the car.
Oh, that's what it is.
The body will come off the car probably one more time.
So this just keeps it from stressing it when you pull it off?
Yes, there is no it allows me to pick it up with a 2-post lift, and I can grab the body and just pick it right up off the car. It takes a little finagling around to get it around the trailer hitch because it sticks out the back about a ½ inch or so, but yeah, once I do the roll cage, get it all fully welded and painted, then and probably a headliner in the car, it'll get married onto the chassis once and for all. It'll be welded on. So at that point the exo cage will come off.
So that's an LS motor?
It should be. It's a Dodge motor.
It's a Dodge, a Mopar?
Yeah, well, you know, I like to travel the path of most resistance.
Apparently.
So I'm going to struggle with a Mopar motor.
So you're going to try to keep up with a 4.8 LS is what you're saying. I mean, you could have done this a little different. We could have had a Fox body, put an LS motor and a big turbo and call it good.
Think anybody's ever done that?
A couple people have done that.
Well,
it's a winning success.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not always about winning, it's about being remembered. And they're not going to remember a Fox body with an LS. They're going to...
Well, if it's really tearing up the track, they will. But yeah,
you got a lot of competition there.
Yeah. So this is I understand this is a actual swinger, right? This is where the emblems go for the swinger.
Yep, it is a 1970 Dodge Dart.
What color are you going to paint it?
Some version of purple. It was original Plum Crazy car. Probably a darker purple and with a black vinyl roof.
Yeah.
And all the chrome, door handles and probably bumpers, and it'll look like a stock car. All factory glass.
Nice. So no Ford 9-inch for you?
Not yet. I've got a Dana 60. I've got parts for it. So that's the one I'm going to run with.
Well, that looks pretty nice. What gear is it?
What's that?
What's the gear? ratio?
I think I'm going to run a 410, either that or a 373, but I think I'm going to run a 410 because I've got the gear vendors. It should roll down the road pretty well.
So this is an 850 cage, huh?
No, it's a 6.0 cage.
6.0.
Yeah.
I see.
6.0 if it's under 3,200 pounds.
I see. And the motor is start with a 440?
No, it started with a 400.
400. I see.
It's a big block, but it's a low deck big block. And it is a stock block. So I got enough add-on stuff to blow it up 1.5 times.
Yeah.
These motors aren't real strong.
Okay. Well, can we lift the hood on it and see what's going on in here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's where the Terpsky is going to go, huh?
Yeah, pretty close to there.
Yeah. What size is it?
It's a 88 102, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
On a T6.
Yeah. What AR?
I think they're don't quote me on this, 132. It's the only one offered from VS Racing in that size.
Jeez, looks pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's enough to kill this motor.
So what horsepower are you shooting for?
Just under where the motor would break.
That's a good plan.
So,
but where that is, we don't know for sure, right?
I'm thinking right at 1,000 crank, but that, I think that depends on the tune-up.
So what happens to the motor on these? What's weak point?
It pushes the main caps out. I've got aluminum main caps with main studs, and which at the time I built this motor was about all you could do to it. But you know, I think a turbo motor may be a little easier on it, and running very little timing would definitely help the situation. But
so you just made this little stand to temporarily locate the turbo?
Yeah, that turbo's heavy. It's like 35-40 pounds, I think. So yeah.
So how did you come up with the front suspension? Is this all custom, or is it some kind of kit?
It's a strange strut kit, and basically, you know, the whole idea is to make the tie rods the same distance as the A-arms, so they all run in parallel, so you have zero
you mean these connections right here, right?
Yeah,
they should be all in line.
I cheated it a little bit to get the A-arms a little longer. There may be a half inch or half or quarter inch longer than they would have been. I had built the whole front suspension one time and I didn't like it, so I took it all apart, cut it all apart, and moved the rack was under the chassis, moved it on top, had the strut shortened from 6.5 to 4.5, and the adjusters on these are probably less than 3/8 of an inch from hitting the hood, so they're as high as I could put those. And anyway, just working within the limitations. So I narrowed the front end 3/4 of an inch more than I had originally had it, so I could turn the wheels a little better. And so, you know, it's kind of a first time I've ever built a car like this. There's a lot of unanswered questions when you're standing there with an empty car and a stack of pipe.
It didn't come with instructions?
Actually, I did buy a schematic on an A body. It's not a Dart, it was a Duster, but it gave me general things. I mean, like how wide do you make the frame, and you know, just standard questions that everybody that builds them knows, but the guys that never build them, how do you know that stuff? And so you know, I mean, I obviously, like anything, next time I do it, it might go a little smoother, but
well, you're sitting way back there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Give yourself a lot of room.
When I sit in there, I look comfortable, and I'm not getting any younger. I can get out of this car real easy. I didn't want to be climbing through a little porthole of a window to get out of this thing.
So you're going to run a big tire. You're going to have a small tire option too eventually for all the grudge racing and stuff you're going to be doing?
I'm not going to be doing grudge racing. I'm not. I don't have a big enough bat to play in that game. I'm just gonna try to do drag week, and the car runs what it runs on the tire that I bring it with.
And you're thinking an 1/8 mile what?
My goal initially is to drive it to the track, run somewhere in the 5s, and drive home.
So what is the overdrive? I see.
It's at Gear Vendors. It's their Pro Mod overdrive.
And so that makes it the streetable part.
Well, it helps, but you know, the turbo and running some real tall gears in the back, I mean, is what makes it streetable. But you know, you can drive anything on the street. It's just what you're willing to tolerate.
Mm-hmm. You know, I noticed. Oh, we're spinning here, right? So, can you tell me what's going on here?
Oh well, that's just another one of my diversions from working on the car. It's like I thought I need a turntable, so 2.5 years later, I got one.
So the idea was originally this used to be able to drive in and out of the back here, right?
Yes. Now they've closed it off due
So
to a walking path they're putting back there.
Okay.
So I built that block wall, and anyway, as far as the turntable, I've got 2 car lifts in the garage. I can roll a car out here, spin it around, roll it right back in, instead of making a 20-point turn with it, or putting it on dollies and swinging it around.
Yeah.
And initially was to drive a motorhome onto it and back the motorhome in next to the garage. That may or may not ever happen, but you know, I take it more as a challenge than really a necessity. So
yeah,
you know.
Well, it's quite involved. All right, so that's how you adjust the steering column, huh?
Right. And I'll put split set collars on there.
Wait, move that up again. We'll move that one more time. Oh, that worked out nice.
And the seat will move up 4 more inches, so it's got a total of 5 adjustments, 5 positions. Right now it's as far back as it'll go.
So Rusty, I noticed the car's all rusty, and is that because you live by the beach, or what's going on here?
No, actually this is not chrome moly.
It's not chromoly.
No, it is Docal R8, and it is accepted by NHRA as a substitute for chrome moly, but it has no ability to embrittle like chrome moly, and it doesn't fatigue like chrome moly. So for a street car, it's maybe a better choice.
All right, well, I'll keep checking in on you and see your progress, but so you don't think you're going to make drag week this year?
No.
No? Next year?
No.
2024?
I'll have to check with my doctor if I'll live that long.
All right, well, I'll check back with you later and see what the progress is.
All right, next time you should see it, it should be a little more interior done, maybe another seat in it.
Okay, talk to you later.
All right, thanks, John.